Casey and Jessica Rose. Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday with Melissa Furman, Master Certified Health Coach. It is so nice to meet you. I can't wait to talk about Veganuary.
Veganuary.
Okay, so this is a word that is new to us. It sounds like people are really getting on board here in Green Country. What is Veganuary?
Great question. Nice to meet you face to face, screen to screen. Of course, I'm familiar with you on Mix 96.5 on the radio and all around Tulsa. So it's so nice to be here with you today. Veganuary actually is a term that was coined in 2014, and it started kind of as a try before you buy experiment, I guess you can say, where the focus is on our health, our environment, and animal advocacy, so that we can try these things, kind of shift our thinking and see how it affects animals, environment, and our health. And so Veganuary really started where, again, we can try before we buy and see what happens.
For 1 month, be plant-based.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. How does one even get started in Veganuary?
That's a great question, because we're all familiar with the New Year's resolutions and, you know, how long do those last, right? A week?
A day.
A day, okay, yeah. We
An hour.
hit the gym hard and, you know, we're really good. We have our workout routines and all of that good stuff. So getting started, you know, I tell my clients, let's go slow. Let's take it one step at a time. And I meet my clients where they're at, what they're willing to change, what they're willing to try, and we go from there. And a great place to start is to educate yourself. What does this even mean to go plant-based or to go vegan? And what would that look like in your life? And so then I, you know, might start with my clients to make some simple shifts. So let's take coffee. I imagine you're the morning show host. You might be fond of coffee. And so a really good place to start, if you put creamer in your coffee, is to do a plant-based creamer. And then just be consistent with that. And then we kind of build from there. So to start, we'll just make some simple shifts after we've educated ourselves, and then we build from there.
So I have to ask, because I love vegetables, but I do love meat every once in a while. I definitely feel different when I eat red meat. I know my body reacts differently. It's like hard to process it sometimes. Just in a nutshell, nuts. What is a good reason to go plant-based? I mean, for your health, what's one specific thing that that it does for you?
Wow, that is a huge question, Casey, because there are so many health benefits to going plant-based. And even when you make small shifts that build, and even if you're not 100% plant-based, you still get health benefits. So take your red meat, for example. If you make shifts, you know, I really focus with my clients on not focusing on what we can't have, but it's what we can have. So we make some shifts. So instead of say, oh, I can't have red meat, what can I have instead? What can I replace that with? You know, we can do tofu. Everybody's scared of tofu, and there's so many health benefits to tofu. What on earth is tofu anyway? Basically, it's from the edamame bean. And so it's beans. And so being plant-based means you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables, whole grains. That's the key. It has to be whole grains, beans, lentils, legumes, some meat, nuts, and seeds. So as we make those shifts, and it's really interesting you said that, Casey, that you've noticed a difference in your body when you eat red meat.
Yeah.
That's your body saying it's not happy with that choice. And so let's be consistent with shifting it towards other choices.
But so my tongue is so happy. The tongue
your
goes.
Your tongue is so happy.
And then I go, oh.
There's so much to be said for that. You know, we love the flavors and we love the texture. And a lot of the plant-based foods do have the same flavors. You know, I make a mean chili, but there's not an ounce of meat in it. And, you know, you get the same flavors and you get so much more health benefit.
So when we started, I heard you say the word environmental, that there are benefits for going vegan, plant-based, and how that helps the environment. I actually never even thought beyond the human experience when it comes to Veganuary. So what are the environmental benefits?
Yeah, there are so many. Again, for instance, we're going to stick with the red meat category, since that seems to be something that Casey really enjoys. And when we look at just water, for instance, the usage of water to create a quarter-pound hamburger. I can't remember the statistics offhand, but it is astronomical the amount of water that it takes if you follow the whole food chain of creating that one burger versus the alternative, which would be like a black bean burger, let's say.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it takes less water to grow plants than it does to basically grow animals. So
Wow.
just from the water aspect, that is a huge environmental benefit. And then you can start thinking about land use and overgrazing and things like that.
Right. I heard the cows farting are hurting our ozone. I've heard that.
Thanks.
It actually does. It does more damage than our traffic. So it's really interesting.
Oh, wow.
Just wanted to picture cows farting. So one thing before we let you go, with Veganuary, it's 1 month. And what I've seen, a lot of restaurants here in Tulsa are on board. We have some amazing chefs doing vegan things like that. How do you see here in Tulsa? How do you see people embracing it, not embracing it? It feels like this is the heart of beef country.
Yes, it is the heart of beef country. And, there's nothing wrong with being proud of being in the heartland. That's really the heart and soul of Tulsa and of Oklahoma. And it's so meaningful to our history as a state. The restaurants are coming on board because what they're seeing is the shift culturally in embracing a plant-based lifestyle. In fact, the Plant-Based Foods Association has reported that over the past 3 years combined, the plant-based food industry has grown 54%.
Wow.
So
Wow,
our
okay.
restaurants, our food producers, our grocery stores have all embraced this, and more products are coming on the market that are plant-based. And so restaurants are seeing the desire to for their customers to want the healthier food options. And when we embrace that, we really help the restaurants embrace our health. And when we do that consistently, we get amazing benefits.
Yeah, we all win.
Yeah.
So where can
We all
people,
win.
so if we want to take part in Veganuary, which
Yes.
I'm in, I'm so
You're
in.
in.
Where can we find resources?
I'm nervous.
She's
Jessica
nervous.
Rose, you're nervous. So resources, you can go to my website, melissafurman.com, and I'll have some free resources there. I have a snack guide, all plant-based snack guide, specifically for midlife women. I do focus on helping midlife women really live and thrive in their midlife and beyond. I have other resources like kind of shifting that mindset like we talked about in the beginning of our conversation, making that shift. And instead of thinking about restricting our diets and what we can have, it's thinking of what abundance can we enjoy and what are those options? And then quite frankly, how can we save money doing this? So melissafurman.com. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook at MAF Health Coach. There's some resources there. And for my Tulsa Veg Fest friends, Tulsa Veg Fest has a list of plant-based friendly physicians and medical professionals listed on the website. So if you're looking for a dentist or a doctor or another health professional, take a look there and you can get some resources there.
Perfect.
Amazing. There's so much. I said I'm in for the 1 month. Jessica said maybe 1 hour. We'll see how it goes. But no, Veganuary. I'm fascinated by it. Melissa Furman, thank you for joining us. Wellness
Thank
Wednesday.
you. It was a pleasure.
And please come back, will you? Promise?
I would absolutely love to. I'd love to follow up with you guys on how Veganuary went. And a lot of times, instead of looking at the numbers on the scale or the numbers on the lab, we look at the qualitative measures. So I'm anxious to see how you feel after Veganuary is over. So 31 days, 31 tips. I'll have something for you on my website.
I love it.
Let's
Thanks
do
so
it.
much. We'll talk to you February 1st when I'm sleeping better and feeling better. Melissa
Awesome.
Furman
I can't
on
wait.
Wellness Wednesday and Mix 96.5.
Thank you both.